go back to A1. Most people don't. They just stay at A2 and they go, oh, I'll get to that one when I get it. You were the one that said A1 was more important than A2. So go back to A2, continue to work. When you get it completed, great. If you don't, you jump back to A2. Jump to A3 if you have to, if A2 is a stumbling block. You get it?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's the only way you're ultimately going to achieve anything and get anything done to completion, because you're no longer kicking it down the road. B items are those items that you can either continue, Joe, working by yourself, but it's a longer period of time typically. But in our world, it's typically working with two people. Two people are responsible for the task, and not a lot of people are going to get mad if it's not done, and it's usually something that can be done in a longer period of time. That's your B items. Those are the ones that are like pretty cool, but you know, it is what it is. I'm going to continue working on it when I get there. I have a lot of people that, for example, a client coordinator would have an A1, answer the phone. A2, get the email, right? A3, check Facebook, right? For your personal, get the company Facebook. So client coordinator is always answering the phone. If they're not answering their phone, then they're getting their email. You don't want to walk by your client coordinator and see him dealing with a client on an email while the phone's ringing. That doesn't make any sense. So you tell your client coordinator, no, if the phone's not ringing, you go to A2. That's a perfect example of now that A2 is handled. A1, the phone rings, you answer it. You jump back to what your primary responsibility is, okay? B's always break down also the B1, B2, B3, but generally you're not going to have very many of those. It's going to be one or two. C items. C items are on these walls. All this great stuff that you know at one point you're going to do it. You might pull one out by John's coaching or Rory saying, hey, let's pull out, let's make this an A1, let's implement ISN, let's do whatever that becomes an A1 out of your C items. The C items are all those great ideas that you're ultimately going to do, you just don't know when you're going to get to them. That's why they don't have a C1, C2, C3. It's in a big bucket. It's a bucket of ideas. Okay? And you can cherry pick out of C to put them into where you want to be based on your priorities. I go into my C bucket a lot if I'm going into the wintertime, because I might have a winter priority list because I need to, you don't have to worry about this. We do. We have to worry about winterizing and de-winterizing properties before and after home inspections. So I'll reach in the bucket and say, this is a priority. We need to start working on this. This is an A item now. All right? But it's a bucket. So I want you to think of it as an idea bucket. D items are the ones that we're going to delegate. These came in through the funnel of the C, like this. They come in through the funnel of the C, but when you guys were hearing them, Justin was thinking, I'm delegating this. Lenny's like, I'm delegating this. Rory's like, I'm delegating this. Those are the items, the items that are delegated. Please, guys, when you delegate something, don't remove it from the list. It's like losing your damn car keys, right? What do they do with these? Right?
So your delegation, does that go into their A1?
Yes. Part of your responsibility, the question was, does it go into their A, their B, or it won't ever go into their C, it will go into their A or their B? And the answer is yes. You as the manager just tells them, this is going to be an A1 item, A2 item. Right?
So is this like a list that you prepare and say, here, this is part of your duties?
Yes, typically. Like this right here, I know that John laughed. He's like, somebody that, oh man, they're going to hate when we come back from Platinum. My office always knows when I'm in Platinum. So I come back and then this is a freaking storm. They're like, oh my God, I got all this stuff to do. Because I got a lot more in my C bucket. Right? So yes, it's an ongoing thing. So the D, never delete it from your list so you always know what it is. I like to use, I'm an Outlook guy, you don't have to use it, but I like Outlook because you get assigned the task when it's due, when I can find out how long they've been taking on it, all that kind of fun stuff. We already talked about how to delegate, choosing the right person, telling them why you're doing it, and the follow-up, making sure they understand what their expectations are. We good on that?
Yes.
The E item is, E is for eliminate. Eliminate. This is a great one. This is ones where, eliminate, winterization. I don't even think I gave you one, so I was like, what's the point? Actually, I did it to make fun of you. Because you're never gonna have to worry about that. So it's an idea that came in, you heard it, you processed it, you might have even gone through a whole thing, it might have went up to an A item, and then once you started looking into it, like I love that stuff in the back of the car. To me, that's that's definitely like gonna be in the high A's for me. I'm like, that's cool. But I might ultimately drop down. I might eliminate that after I start looking into it. There might not be anything, but I'm going to leave it on the E list. I eliminated it, but it's on the E list because you're going to go through this stuff and you're going to get a big funnel again, a big C stuff, and something's going to come up and you're going to go, I really want to do that thing, man. I just learned about this, putting all this stuff in the back of the car where I can pressurize it. I think I heard of that before, but I don't really remember. And then you're going to start getting your engines all revved up, and you're going to go down this process, and you're going to go like, oh, crap, that's right. I didn't want to do this. You just wasted all that energy. Right? So then you go back and you look at it. I'll come right to you. This is big when you have, Lenny, like when you have to call, you want to work with some cool stuff that you were talking about. You got these things happening, all these people reporting to you, and this guy over here might not know that you already processed it over here and it didn't work and it made it to your E thing. But to him, he thought it was a great idea, so now you can save a lot of time. All right? When you're a one-man shop, you eliminate it's going to be a short list, but and not reviewed often, but when you do it with a big group and you have those different people reporting, it's really, really important. Does that make sense? Does that answer what you guys wanted?
And then on your E's, you put like some kind of note in there about what you did and why you decided to eliminate it. So
Right,
you
yeah.
come back, you're like, oh, this is why.
Yeah, yeah. And then sometimes you might even pull up and eliminate it and still use it because you might find out you're in a different market space now.
Market space in your own personal size.
Yeah.
Can be a big thing. You're a one man and when you're five, and vice versa. Something that got you to the point of being a 4-man might have to go back down.
Yeah, that's right.
For instance, you being your own full-time worker.
Bill, I'll come right to you, but she raised her hand first. Yeah.
Real quick, Dan, when you guys finish up, just in case you finish up before I do, don't run off, okay? I need to just say hi to you and John.
Well, why don't we just do that? Because we're literally just wrapping. I want to take advantage of the fact that Mike's here. That we don't want to hear.
I tell you, I've been hearing nothing but incredible stories out of the meeting you guys have